I believe we made an adjustment from the from the agenda that was online, Carrie. We pulled, I don't remember what item number it was, but it was a land acquisition agreement with Thompson Trucks. We pulled that item. So the agenda that you're looking at here doesn't reflect that item any longer. But anyone who saw it online, that's been pulled. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion.
Motion by Jeff. Is there a
Second.
second? Second by Jason. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Moving on to our resolutions, we have a request to approve a temporary encroachment agreement with the Nickel Plate North Associates LLC.
Good morning, Mayor. As part of the CRG project, Nickel Plate Station and the Legacy Plaza, there's plans to activate the public plaza adjacent to the trail. So there's area that is in the public right-of-way that cannot be used. And so this temporary encroachment agreement will allow the restaurant user outdoor seating. They are also making the improvements along that western portion of their building.
So is the plaza to the east of the building a public space?
It is a public space, but it's privately owned.
Okay,
It is intended to be open
Yeah.
for the public at all.
gotcha. Any additional questions for Ross?
No.
Seeing none, is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Jason, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jeff. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Ross. Next is a request to approve a professional services agreement with Spec Dempsey.
Yes, the Planning and Zoning Department would like to begin a working relationship with Jeff Speck and Chris Dempsey of Speck Dempsey LLC. Jeff Speck is a highly regarded and award-winning city planner, author, and walkable city advocate. The professional service agreement before you will allow Speck and his team to do preliminary research, site visit, and develop a scope of work to assist us in looking at a updated master plan for the downtown. The agreement is not to exceed $17,000.
So this is an update, if you will, to our downtown master plan, which was done back in, boy, Ross, what year was that? 11?
We have
10?
stuff back from 14.
14.
Yeah.
So a few things have changed in downtown Fishers since that time. So we want to have somebody come in and kind of take a secondary look at what we're doing, where are there opportunities that we could further develop and go from there. So we're excited to bring them on board. Are there any questions for Ross? See none, is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Jeff, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jason, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ross. Next is request to approve the annual agreement for Okta Software. Rome.
Jennifer Rome, Assistant Director, Business Solutions Group. This is a request to approve the annual renewal agreement for the Okta software. Okta is our city's resident-facing digital identity management software, which we implemented in 2022. It's currently known as Fisher SmartPass. And this request is for the January 31st, 2024 to January 30th, 2025 annual contract renewal. City continues to adopt the software and find improved operational effectiveness and efficiencies through its expanded use.
Questions for Rome?
No.
Seeing none, is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Jason, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jeff, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is a request to revoke right-of-way permits. Tammy.
Good morning, Tammy Houston, Project Engineer, Engineering Department. Before you are 10 5G structures that we are asking to revoke their permits. These were originally approved back in 2022. They have gone past their 2-year ability to construct with no movement, so we're asking them to be revoked, and then if they choose to construct them, they'll have to go through the whole waiver process again.
I know I ask this every time, Tammy, but how many are remaining?
We have, give or take, about 20.
20. Okay.
Tammy, are we notifying the communities, especially the ones that remonstrated in the past, that the permits are being revoked?
Yes, we are sending out emails to the HOAs
Okay.
stating which ones have been revoked.
Great.
Any additional questions? Seeing none, is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Jason, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jeff, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thanks, Tammy. Next is a request to approve supplemental number 4 for on-call inspection of sanitary sewer. Tammy.
Tammy Houston, Project Engineer, Engineering Department. Before you is, make sure I've got the right one here, is an amendment to the on-call inspection for our sanitary sewer to extend it to cover 2024.
Gotcha. Any questions for Tammy on this?
No.
Seeing none, is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Jeff, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jason, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is a request to approve a professional services agreement for construction inspection services for 96 and Allisonville Road Roundabout. Tammy.
Do we skip one?
Okay, there's
skip one.
two on call.
Oh, I'm sorry.
10. We can do
Well,
10.
let's do 10 then. The number, request to approve supplemental number 4 for on-call inspection of sanitary sewer.
Before you is another construction on-call inspection for sanitary sewer. This is with Christopher Burke. It is to add $150,000 to their current on-call sanitary inspection services. This will again
So,
get
lo-
us through 2025.
Little
The
con-
previous one was for RQAW. This one is for Christopher Burke. We use both consultants to kind of split between.
So some context here, when we acquired HSC Utilities, all the private sewer development that comes in that needs to be inspected as it gets built, the developer pays us a certain amount of money for inspection and permitting. We take those funds in and we hire a third-party engineering firm to ensure that what they're building is built to standard. So we had a subdivision, I think it was last year, 2 years ago, that had several failures and they had to redo it. So it's to ensure that when we take receipt of that utility, that it's built to the standards that the city would want to see. So these contracts allow us to supplement our staffing, because right now it's just frankly very difficult to find qualified inspectors that we can hire and train up as fast as we need them. So that's the point of these two contracts. Any questions on that?
And their funds are being paid by the developer.
It's kind of money in and
Right,
money out.
right.
We have an escrow account where that money goes,
Yep.
and then you use the money to pay for the inspections.
Great.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Jeff, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jason, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Moving on now to the one I already said, 96th Street and Allisonville Road Roundabout, inspection services.
Before you is a professional services agreement for construction inspection for the construction of 96 and Allisonville Roundabout. This will be with American Structure Point. They would be going from start to finish, basically, being on site daily, inspecting everything, giving all the as-built and all the final paperwork at the end.
Okay. And construction will commence in March.
We're looking at March right now, kind of weather dependent. We want to make sure that once they get started, they stick to it.
It's never gonna snow again. 45 degrees February.
So we're supposed to get like an inch and a half Friday.
Yeah.
2 years worth.
Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Jeff, second by Jason, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you, Tammy.
So,
Next, we're going to talk about the farmer's market. Request to approve Fisher's Farmer Market Handbook. Go ahead.
Good morning, I'm Erica Foreman, I'm with the Parks and Recreation Department. The 2024 Fisher's Farmers Market Handbook is the document that outlines the process for vendors to apply to the market, requirements to qualify for the market, and expectations if accepted into the market. Some changes from 2023, just basically some updates. Special events during the market for 2024 have been added, removal of market bucks from the market, additional drop-in vendor option, and removal of information about a Wednesday market at Saxony.
No more market bucks?
We are going to encourage people to go to the ATMs that are now right across the street to eliminate some back-end paperwork and be more efficient on our end.
Gotcha. And when do you start signing up vendors?
They have already applied, applications are closed. I have sent out acceptance messages to 79, and
Wow.
we have had to deny 30 vendors.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So you had over 100 people request to be a part
We
of that?
did.
Wow, that's awesome.
Mhm.
Should be a good year. Each year it seems to build and grow, so.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Any questions?
In the handbook, I noticed, there, you know, on the, what can be sold,
Yeah.
but what about what can be handed out for free? Do we have guidelines, rules around that?
We do allow samples as long as they have a permit to do that with the health department, but.
What about
outs-
literature and things of that nature?
We haven't had that come up, so it isn't added at this time, but, you know, if that becomes an issue, it'll definitely be something we can
Okay.
add moving forward.
Yeah, I think that's something, Lindsay, we could probably contemplate, slippery slope, what's allowed, what's not allowed. I do think it's an interesting question if we had a vendor that's under a permit, but then all of a sudden they're handing out I don't know,
Right.
pick your poison of, political or religious literature or what have you, right? That's not in keeping with what the vendor originally signed the permit for, so I don't know if there are kind of restrictions on that or not, or what we're even able to do from a First Amendment perspective.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's gonna be some First Amendment limitations, but, we do also have this, handbook that they've agreed to abide by.
Yeah.
So there are some ways that we could probably approach the vendor if they're doing that during the
Mhm.
event and ask them to stop. And then if not, I do believe there's, some language in there that allows us to ask them to leave. I know with the election, we had some people wanting to hand out political
Yeah.
materials, and we just asked that they stay within their approved area and not
Yeah.
go around trying to.
So the handbook is primarily for the vendors themselves, not necessarily for the general behavior at the farmer's market. Is that fair?
Correct,
So
yes.
if people are doing things like that that have nothing to do with being a vendor, we probably almost need another set of rules associated with the farmer's market when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't know.
Well, I would feel comfortable if somebody is there, within the farmer's market area that is not an approved vendor, asking them to leave. I know we've had some issues with people outside of the farmer's market area
Yeah.
on public right-of-way handing out materials, and in that case, there's not a whole lot we can do because of First
Mhm.
Amendment.
Yeah.
But,
We have
this hasn't
asked-
come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've asked people to step outside the boundaries, and then there's nothing we can do outside of that.
It's an election season, so you can imagine
Thinking
any
ahead.
variety of scenarios showing up.
Absolutely.
But we can always amend too, as we go through. If we start seeing that that's an issue, we can always amend the handbook to tighten up that language a little bit and make
I
sure
mean,
that at least
yeah.
the farmer's market area. is
Fortunately
tightly
for
controlled.
the years that the city has ran the farmer's market, we haven't had a great deal of issues around this, but as the world continues to get a little crazier, I could see a scenario where we may have to post some expectations or rules around what's allowed at the farmer's market.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Or any event for that matter.
Yeah,
then.
right.
So,
Yeah,
mhm.
That doesn't
Um,
reflect our image of our city.
right. And that's not why people typically go to the farmer's market. They're there to grab produce, not listen to politics necessarily.
Right.
So,
The only thing that has come up in the past couple of years have been religious groups, and we have asked them not to be in the center of the market. They have to be on the
Yeah.
outside of the footprint.
that's interesting too, just designated areas. So if you're gonna behave like that, this is your area to do those things.
Yeah, I think there is a governmental interest. in
Time and
doing-
manner kind of thing.
Yeah, what scrutiny would be applied by a court.
Yeah.
If it's a public safety matter, that's gonna allow us to do a little bit more than if we're just trying to basically
Yeah.
keep people out of the way.
Yeah.
Just don't try to ban dogs. 'Cause that would be-
What about cats?
There's so many dogs at the farmer's market, it's insane. It's crazy.
We hear both sides.
Yeah.
both
I bet you
sides.
do. I bet you do. All right, is there a motion to approve the handbook?
Motion.
Motion by Jeff, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jason. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you for your work on that. Look forward to a great season. Request to approve trail easement and right-of-way. Anybody have this one?
I don't think anyone's here, but this is part of the Geist Greenway Trail. It's an opportunity to connect Geist Greenway with Geist Overlook and Royalwood neighborhoods. This work would be, the trail is actually located within one of the HOAs, and so we wanted an easement and right-of-way through that HOA common area. It's through the woods at Thorpe Creek. The HOA did sign, and it looks like our Department of Public Works will be performing the actual work.
So I'm excited about this. I think it's a great opportunity to have a variety of neighborhoods to the Geist Greenway. And if anyone hasn't been out on Geist Greenway yet, it is an extraordinary trail section. This spring, when things warm up and summer comes, I think it'll be a pretty busy place. So I'll make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jason. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Final item of the day is a resolution approving the participation agreement and installment payment agreement.
Good morning. Jake Reardon McSorley, Director of Recreation and Wellness for the City of Fishers. And last month, January 23rd, this board approved our BOT agreement for the community center. The natural kind of next step is finalizing our financing. and that's what we're here today to present for a resolution. It's a two documents, participation and purchase agreement between the city, our construction team, Hagerman, and our finance team, Raymond James, and then an installment purchase agreement between the city and Hagerman. These two documents jointly secure our tax exempt status as well as our lock in our interest rate and our initiation fee.
Questions for Jake?
No.
I want you guys to notice that last time, before the contract was signed, he wore a suit.
Yeah.
Now that the contract's signed,
Feel pretty
he's
good.
rolling up
Feel
here
pretty
in
good.
jeans and shirt because already pushing dirt. So he's like, hey.
Well, no, he's got his money.
Yeah, he's got yeah. I see how it is. No, it's exciting to see progress started out there. It's been a long and grinding road, and Jake's got a big task ahead of him now. Not only building it, but then building the team to execute on it. It's going to be a big challenge. So I look forward to working on that throughout the year. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Jason. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jeff. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Any other items, Lindsay? Seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Got a motion by Jason. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jeff. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.